Group number 4, and welcome to your Pick a Card Tarot reading and psychic prediction about your next significant other. You chose the Heavenly Bodies Astrology deck in connectivity to the fluorite crystal. This is the gorgeous fluorite. This is a crystal that brings you grounding as well as freeing energy, which may be why you intuitively felt drawn to it, but maybe you just also loved its gorgeous appearance. However, now let's move into your prediction to figure out exactly who your next significant other is, when you're going to meet them, what they look like, kind of work that they do, just all the details that we can gather from your guides, angels, and the universe. So let's see what we've got. First and
usually
foremost,
pretty good.
They belong to a fixed sign. So I can see that they're a very stable and dependable type of person.
And sign.
Now the fixed signs that we've got here are Aquarius,
Stability, persistent,
Taurus,
loyalty,
Scorpio,
and
as well as
dependability.
Leo. Those are the fixed signs. Those signs are stable. They've got amazing willpower. Your next significant other is a very determined type of person. They're loyal and super dependable. That's one thing that I can see here. They've got strong fixed sign placements that make them who they are. And these fixed placements also mean that they don't love change very much. So once something is set into motion, they like to finish it, they like to follow through with it. I see here within the Three of Cups reversed for you, group number 4, that your next significant other is actually an introvert. They're not the type of person who likes to go out partying. They're not the type of person who likes to be the center of attention. They're actually an individual who likes to just stay in, have a nice quiet night at home. They will go to social gatherings and social functions if they need to, but they don't choose to go out just for fun. I see here within the Three of Cups that they're the type of person who likes to just have a laid-back time with themselves or with a significant other rather than being in a large group of people. I see here within the Wheel of Fortune reversed that they're also the type of person who likes to just take time in order to complete projects rather than rush through them. I see that your next significant other is also at a point in their life where it's up to them to make choices, it's up to them to be decisive. And the Wheel of Fortune shows here that they're at a turning point where destiny is going to decide what happens next within their existence. So I do see that you're meant to meet your next significant other sooner rather than later. I mean, we'll find out more details about this further down the line in your prediction, group number 4. But the Wheel of Fortune reverse does show us that when it comes to destiny and fate, your next significant other definitely has some things going on that are interesting. In connectivity to Aquarius,
very interesting.
We've got this notion of them being an Aquarius as here with fixed. Aquarius is part of the fixed signs. Aquarius is one of the 4 fixed signs that we mentioned, and this is a sign of originality, philanthropy, progressive thinking, being independent, original, rebellious, all of those amazing traits. So do know here that your next significant other is confirmed to be an Aquarius or to have an Aquarius placement in their big 3, maybe even 2 Aquarius placements. So in their sun sign, which is their zodiac sign, their moon sign, and their rising sign, you will definitely find Aquarius, group number 4. And I do want you to understand that your next significant other is a very innovative type of person. That's probably also why they're more of an introvert, because a lot of people are just too small-minded to understand them. Next up, we've got the Starfish Spirit. So in the Starfish Spirit, they think that
open to infinite possibility.
Lifetime. And I've got to agree with your next significant other, group number 4. There are so many things that have only been possible because someone thought that they could do it, because someone believed in themselves and didn't listen to small-minded people.
No, definitely not. Can't listen to them.
Phones, cars, airplanes. I mean, before these things existed, if someone told you they were...
Piggy, you? Come on, you're not Piggy.
Good odds.
You're just a cook. And you know that quality matters. But turn out, it's a cooking thing.
Go Jays, go. Next level.
They were were going to do that or create that, you would have probably thought they were crazy. Group number 4.
Crazy.
But still, there were individuals who believed in themselves, who believed that these are things that could be done, that could be created, and they did it. And it changed how we live, it changed humanity and life on this planet. And that is the exact type of individual that your next significant other is. They're someone who could change the world. They are a crazy artist, so to say, a crazy innovator, and they like to keep their circles small. They like to only keep people around themselves who they know bring good energy to the table and who see the possibilities that they see, or at least don't knock them down. I see here within the whale spirit that your next significant other is a very mysterious person. People find it hard to get to know them and understand them, and that's because they don't open up to a lot of people. They like to keep to themselves. So your next significant other, group number 4, is definitely not someone who would cheat or who would be disloyal. I see here in the whale spirit that your next significant other is more preoccupied with life's great mysteries, with figuring out how they can make an impact on this planet than they're interested in meeting other people or doing anything that is
she dropped 2
outside
cards.
of your relationship or what might be a marriage one day. They do not care to step outside of a relationship whatsoever. Next up, we've got the Badger Spirit that popped right into your reading.
Be fearless and
4.
bold.
So the Badger Spirit actually corresponds to the number 4, and I can see that they are very fearless and bold. So while they have a very stable side to them, they are also bold. They're unafraid to take risks and to try new things. And the Bee Spirit shows me that they are a hard worker. They're the type of person
Sweet results
who
as
isn't afraid
well.
to roll up their sleeves in order to make their dreams or their visions a reality. So they're not just a dreamer, group number 4. Your next significant other is also someone who actually gets things done. Leave a little sunflower emoji below in the comment section to let me know that you're here, group number 4, that you're receiving this reading and that you're hearing all of these details about your next significant other. And now let's move further into your reading, shall we? So we've got the Ant Spirit. They're the type of person who is great at collaborating when it comes to work and when it comes to big projects. They don't feel like they should be doing anything by themselves. Yes, they are an introvert, so they don't like to go out and party, but when it comes to work, they're a different person. They will collaborate, communicate with other people, and put together a fantastic team with whom they can accomplish great things. And we've also got the Hummingbird Spirit as well.
Oh, hummingbirds. I love hummingbirds.
So
Be
the
here
Hummingbird
now.
Spirit shows me that they're the type of person
Koala.
who doesn't dwell about the past.
Spirit has
they don't
a plan.
kind of have these fears of the future. They're just here in the moment. And the reason why your next significant other is this way is because they feel as though the universe or God or spirit, whatever it is that they believe in group number 4, has a plan and has their back. They've got faith, and that's why they're not afraid, group number 4. That is why your next significant other just has this quiet confidence that you can feel is there. You can't quite put your finger on it, but you can just tell that they're expecting the best possible outcome. They're not overthinking anything. They just know life is working for them, not against them, and that the universe and spirit has a plan for them, a great one at that. So group number 4, allow for me to clear and cleanse the space so we can figure out more details about your next significant other, what they look like when you're going to meet them. So I'll be right back with you in just a moment to delve more deeply into your reading. Welcome back, group number 4. Did you miss me?
Oh,
Now
always,
let's
Vanessa,
more
always.
deeply into your prediction about your next significant other so we can get all of the details that you are meant to receive. Spirit, what do we need to know about group number 4's next significant other? That's all the information we need. So, first up, we've got the tarantula.
Ooh,
I want
tarantula.
you to know here that your next significant other is a hunter. They go for what they want. So if they want to be with you, they will make it abundantly clear, group number 4.
Oh boy.
First, they will pursue you. They will go after what they want, and they will take what they see as a prize very seriously. So any concerns that you may have, they are going to make a way to kind of calm your nerves and your mind, and they're going to make sure there is not a doubt in sight about their love and care for you. I see here within the black egg that your next significant other is when it comes to love. They are a
Interesting.
very rare type of individual, a rare person to find. And I see here within the black egg that they're most likely also the black sheep of the family or of the community, so to say, because they're such an innovator, they're a forward thinker, they're the type of person who breaks the mold. And it's very clear to a lot of people that they
I'm a
can't
black sheep
really
too.
compare to your next significant other, that they're just on a whole nother plane spiritually and also when it comes to their intelligence. I see here within the golden egg that your next significant other is the type of person with whom you're going to grow with spiritually, financially. And I see here within the golden egg and the black egg that what starts out as you being with someone who has big dreams actually ends up in a situation where there is a lot of wealth here. You have built a legacy for yourselves and you were with them from the beginning, group number 4, and that just even further solidifies the relationship and makes your next significant other more unwavering in wanting to be with you. So I do see a deep soulmate connection. There may also be some karmic ties here. This makes for a relationship that isn't always super easy because karmic partners are brought together to learn lessons that they didn't master in previous lifetimes or that they were unable to learn with a different type of partner. So this relationship will have its challenges, but what will always remain fixed and clear is that you belong with each other. Next up, we've got the hyena. So group number 4, I can see here within the hyena that your next significant other is not someone who cares all that much about appearances. You're most likely going to have to help them out with their wardrobe and their fashion sense, as I can see here.
Definitely not fashionista either.
That concerns them. Think of, for example, Steve Jobs just wearing the same outfit every day for decades, so he didn't need to overthink it or invest time in putting together an outfit. That's the type of mentality that I see here with the hyena. They appreciate when you take care of yourself, but they're the type of person who will take care of their self when it comes to hygiene, but they're not hugely into fashion or anything like that. I see here within the whale that your next significant other would rather invest more time in spending it with you, with family, with loved ones, with friends, than thinking about the next item to purchase that will make them look cool or fashionable. In the whale, that they're a very deep individual. Group number 4, your next significant other is someone who is super mature, who has had lifetimes of experiences that other people could never understand, really. If you could see into their mind and look in.
If you are learning Vedic astrology or watching the videos about Vedic astrology, then
they work through, it would probably bring tears to your eyes, group number 4, to be completely honest with you. So
Don't
your
want
next
that.
significant other is definitely an individual that has more depth than the average person. Spirit, what else do we need to know about group number 4's next significant other? Yes, this is the person for you, group number 4. This is the confirmation that you needed in order to know whether this is going to be your future when it comes to love, when it comes to your next relationship. I see here within helpful people that your next significant other is the type of person who will always be there for you when you truly need them. And the same goes for friends and family. They don't make promises that they can't keep. They're the type of person where if there's an emergency, they will show up for you. And they're also the type of person who puts others before themselves. And I see here within not the right time that they also can say no when they're doing something, when they're working on a project. So your next significant other is truly an artist, is truly a creator who sometimes just goes into their space, into their atelier, so to say, group number 4, their little creative room. And that's just where they will work on things. They will either code,
I haven't heard
they will
atelier in
draw,
a long
they will
time.
create music, they will dance, they will film something,
I
they
think when I
will
was in
record.
elementary
They will
school.
do their form of creative expression that is also going to be their main squeeze, their job, their entrepreneurial
Main
venture
squeeze.
that propels them into this place of abundance, of riches. And I see here within not the right time that when they are in that space, They don't like to be disturbed. They don't like for anyone to talk to them. They don't like any distractions. And they're definitely the type of person who can go into hermit mode for a few days, or if it's a big
Hermit
project,
mode is
even
fun.
weeks at a time. And your next significant other needs someone who can understand that. Next up, we've got the Nine of Voices. Now, the Nine of Voices shows me that your next significant other is someone who goes through a lot mentally, but they're always very quiet about it. They don't like to talk about their fears. They don't like to talk about the things that they go through on an emotional level. And they've most likely just never been in a position where they felt safe to do so. So they often try to kind of like avoid these conversations in order to not put themselves out there in such a vulnerable way, group number 4. So I do want you to know here with your next significant other that this is an area where you can help them improve, where you can help them feel safe and supported, and like they have someone who they can speak to finally. I see here within the 5 of materials that your next significant other is someone who can benefit from you doing financial plannings. Your next significant other is someone who invites abundance in. They're going to make a lot of money, they're going to create a lot of wealth, but you're the person who is best off managing it, group number 4, because they are the type of person who isn't the greatest at making sure that they aren't overspending, and they're more than happy to completely give you that task, that you have to be ready to take on that responsibility, and you have to, of course, be in a place where you feel as though you can manage these finances and these numbers that your person is bringing in group number 4, because it is going to be a significant number, and I want you to know that your next partner is someone who is more focused on creating and doing more rather than figuring out how you can get a tax break. I can see here within weight that your next significant other is someone who isn't coming into your life today or tomorrow, group number 4. You will have to be patient to meet this person. So if right now you're, for example, in high school or college, or you're at a point in your life where you still are figuring out the next steps and where you're going, you're not quite sure, know that your next significant other is going to take a little bit more time to come into your life as a whole. So you're going to want to make sure that you focus on yourself and on your growth right now. Because once this person comes into your life, that is the end of single life. And trust me, after a couple of years or decades of being with someone, you will see all of the positives about being single. You will see that you are able to just focus on yourself, which is something you cannot do when you're in a relationship. So cherish that this is your reality right now, but at the same time, we've got an amazing significant other that's teed up for you. We will figure out more details about the exact timing. We will figure out more details about your next significant other as soon as I've cleared and cleansed the space for you one more time, group number 4, and I'll be right back with you to delve even more deeply into your personal tarot reading. Welcome back, group number 4. Let's get more in depth about your next significant other, shall we? So first up, we've got gratitude as well as angel of miracles. So within gratitude, I can see here that your next significant other is someone who is grateful for everything that they have, and they're definitely the type to express gratitude on a daily basis. So maybe they've got a gratitude journal. Maybe they're the type of person who prays before bed, or in the morning they say their affirmations. I do
Hopefully
want
affirmations.
you to know here that your next significant other is someone who gives thanks.
Don't want to be
everything.
prey.
They're the type of person whom you will never see complain. And I see here within the angel of miracles that they understand that the more grateful that they are and the more they give thanks to what's already within their life, the more they will be able to receive. So while they have a side to them that is very productive,
open your heart and
very
expect
logical,
a miracle.
that is an artist at heart, but at the same time also wants to create something that changes the world, they also have a very spiritual side to them, a very intuitive side. I see here within the 7 heavenly virtues that your next significant other has a lot of positive traits that they also want to encourage in other people. So when they see people being selfish, or they see people who are harming others, rather than judging them, your next significant other kind of tries to lead by example. And I see here within the 7 heavenly virtues that they are going to be invited to speak speak, to be an inspiration for a lot of young people, a lot of young kids. Your next significant other is probably going to be looked at highly, very highly regarded, is what I meant to say, in their industry, and they're going to be invited to a lot of different social settings, which is funny because they're not really that type of outgoing person, but nevertheless, they will do it. They will show up. I see here within the animal bond that actually your next significant other prefers animals over human beings. They feel as though animals are more pure, they're more real. They don't
Stand up
backstab.
for all
The animal
animals.
bond here shows that they also stand up for animals. So I wouldn't be surprised if your next significant other actually retires early, and rather than just doing nothing or continuing to work in a capitalistic type of society and setting, they're the type of person who will purchase rainforest, for example, and just land in order to allow for wilderness to regrow, in order to protect animals, to protect different tribes that are living there right now that a lot of people are trying to push off the face of this earth, it feels like.
Yeah.
And they're a very humanitarian type of person. That's also what goes with Aquarius energy group number 4. They care about the greater picture, the greater good of other people and other creatures. And it shows when you look at their actions. Once they have created and built their wealth, they're going to dedicate their life to philanthropic causes. Next up, we've got the Empress. So in the Empress, I can see here that your next significant other is the type of person who wants a family of their own. Your next significant other is also very open to a family structure that is unconventional. So whether that's a blended family, adopting children, having animals for children, they're open to everything. They are not the type of person who is set on how a family should be, which goes really beautifully with how innovative that they are. They don't feel as though there is just one structure or one way of being a family that will fulfill them or make them happy or feel proud. They're the type of person who lives and thrives in authenticity. They never compare themselves or what they're doing in life to what society or the majority of other people are doing. I can see here within the Hierophant that they're deeply rooted within this belief that education is important and nonconformity. That's one thing that they've learned. It's important to educate people so people don't just follow everyone else, so
That's
people
right.
don't just follow the crowd. And I see here within the Hierophant that they also question different belief systems. They're the type of person who questions group identification. Your next significant other asks themselves why so many people feel the pressure to just conform, to just be like everybody else rather than being themselves. And it's one of their life's missions, and it's one thing that they want to also teach children. Should they have children with you, for example, one day, group number 4, that it's important to be yourself. It's important to be authentic and to not feel the need to make yourself smaller or to diminish your talents just in order to fit in. Next up, we've got the Temperance card. Now, group number 4, in the Temperance card, I can see that your next significant other is actually someone who loves to travel, and they're going to do a lot of traveling for work.
At
So
least
they're
I can
gonna
travel
create
again
something
now. For
significant,
now.
something that makes a difference in this world. So think, for example, a type of business that allows for people to feel free, to feel good about themselves. That means maybe a product, maybe they've written a book. It could be music that makes people feel really free and amazing about themselves. It could also be an app, for example. They could be in the tech industry. The main thing is that they're creating something new that makes people feel liberated. And the Temperance card shows me that through that, they're doing a lot of traveling, a lot of pitching, a lot of going to different places to talk about their success story as well and to inspire others. The Wheel of Fortune shows me that once this is set in motion, once your next significant other has started on a project and has set their mind to something, there is nothing that can stop them. They are the type of person who thinks big. They're the type of person who thinks
big or
way
go
beyond
home.
limitations. They color outside of the boxes in every sense of the word. And I can see here that your next significant other is also someone with whom you're going to have a very exciting relationship with when it comes to your intimate life, because They're unconventional. They don't mind trying new things. Nothing is embarrassing or weird to them. And they just adore you and your body. They're not comparing.
Oh.
They don't even have social media. Social media may be part of their work, but they don't even use it or believe in it, really. They just use it in order to push information out there, but they don't believe in the concept of identifying with what you see on social media or in the media in general. I see here that you will meet your next significant other once you've chosen a new direction, group number 4. So maybe right now you're debating switching jobs, changing schools, moving to a new location geographically. I want you to know that once you have made that decision and once you have gone through with it, that's when you'll meet them. And that's most likely also why you were told earlier in your reading by your guides and angels that this is not a significant other that's going to come around the corner right now. This may take some time, and that's because you first need to decide your new direction and take your first steps into this new direction. And I can see here that once you've done that, success is assured. Also, meeting your next significant other is definitely going to happen as soon as you've gone through that next big change in your life and you started on the new cycle and period in your existence within this body, in this earthly realm, group number 4. So there are some things that have to happen on your end first before you get to meet your next significant other, but know here that they're not going anywhere. As we've already established, they're not a party animal. They're not the type of person who values quantity over quality or who is, I don't know, chasing skirts or chasing six-packs. Group number 4, they are the type of person who is very grounded and who values loyalty, right? They are a fixed sign. They are the type of person who likes a stable, reliable partner and a stable home life. Next up, we've got the Hanged Muse, and we've got that confirmed here. The Hanged Muse corresponds to the Hanged Man in the traditional tarot. The message that we're receiving here in the Hanged Muse is that it's okay right now to be in a place where you're both single. It's okay to be in a place where your next significant other isn't here right this second, that there's actually so much to do if you just look at things from a different perspective of focusing on yourself right now before this commitment comes into your life. The Hanged Muse is also a symbol of suspension. It's also a symbol of things getting more and more interesting. So kind of enjoy this ride to your next significant other because you're most likely only going to experience it once. Group number 4, because once this person is in your life, you're most likely not going to switch to another individual as there is a type of soulmate, a karmic connection here. And I see within the Queen of Wands that the passion that you share for one another is rooted in deep care and a very deep kind of nurturing feeling, and not wanting to let one another go is kind of the foundation of the relationship in many ways, which can sometimes be difficult, which can definitely sometimes feel as though you're with each other just because you don't want to let go, but you both know deep within that you're meant to be together, that there's only one person like them, and there's only one person who will understand you on a soul level to this degree. I see here within the 10 of Cups, group number 4, that life with your next significant other is going to be fulfilling. It's going to be what you need. It's also going to give you space. If you're an introvert, group number 4, this is a great relationship for you because you're with someone where over the years, you're not constantly breathing down one another's necks. You're giving one another space to grow, to thrive, to create, to do things differently. The 10 of Cups is a card of fulfillment when it comes to family, your home life, your emotions, your personal life. And your next significant other is someone with whom you can experience all of these very satisfying emotions, all of this very satisfying type of vibe that we've got going on here and represented when speaking about your next significant other. Now, group number 4, we are at the end of your prediction, and I hope that you enjoyed it. Make sure that you leave a little bubble teacup emoji below in the comment section to let me know that you were here, that you chose group number 4, that you watched your entire reading. You're part of the unicorn family. You're a certified beautiful little unicorn, and don't forget to, of course, thumbs this video up and subscribe to my channel to never miss out on another prediction. So group number 4, I would like to thank you for spending this divine time and space with me and I can't wait to connect with you during one of my upcoming Pick a Card predictions.